What's up, everybody? Travis Morgan here for your Winnavegas Musketeer Minute. Each week, we get to know a member of the Sioux City Musketeers. We're going to go off the map a little bit this week and go with assistant coach of the Musketeers, Mark Abalan. Abby, interview savvy? Yes, no? We're going to see how this goes.
This is my bread and butter.
This is wheelhouse for Abs. All right. First off, want to congratulate you. Your first kid, right?
Exactly. Yeah, my wife and I had a baby last Wednesday, and unbelievable experience. So.
But boy, girl, how'd it go?
Had a little girl named Grace.
Oh, outstanding. And a lot of sleepless nights now for you?
It hasn't been too bad. She's like her mother, just very calm and very collective. So luckily she doesn't have her dad's temperament yet.
Or his looks, but that's okay.
Well, everyone keeps saying, yeah, she kind of looks like him. I'm like, oh boy, poor gal.
Yeah. Poor gal's boyfriend. That's all I'm going to say. You got an entire hockey team and an assistant coach looking after you. Ab, talk about your relationship with the Sioux City Musketeers. You've been here for about 3 years now, 4 years, 5 years. I was close. 5 years. 5 years. It's been 5 years. Talk about what you've kind of learned, how much you've learned since you got here to the point where you're at now.
Well, I would say from 5 years ago to today, I mean, it's been quite an evolution for me as a coach. That's why I wanted to come to this league. I came from Shattuck St. Mary's, which was a great hockey school, and I got to work with a lot of great players there. And I started here with Brett Larson, like I said, 5 years ago, and so I've got to work for two really good guys and two really good head coaches, and it's just helped me expand my knowledge as a hockey coach. My responsibility here has grown every year. Jay entrusts me with a lot. Pretty much full responsibility of the defenseman and the power play, and it's just been great for my growth as a coach.
Now, you also do recruiting and stuff like that. I mean, you're very, very key on the draft day. I know that I've been in the draft from before, and I've heard the coaches say, "What about this guy?" And you'll be like, "Nah, you don't want that guy. You don't want that guy, or you want that guy." Right. So that's a big responsibility too. Talk about your role on draft day.
Well, it starts with what kind of players we want here and the culture that I think we have built here, and I think this weekend was evident for that. Like, it wasn't like, oh, poor us, we're in big trouble this weekend, we got this guy out, that guy out for injuries or this. We have a culture here that the expectation is to win, and it's finding a certain kind of player that fits that role. And just with my knowledge of this organization, my knowledge of the player pool, I don't do it as much in the last 2 years as I did my first 3 years, but Minnesota's sort of my area of expertise with the people I know there, and my connections there, to try to find us the right players. And so, yeah, I mean, we all have a pretty big hand in draft day and in keeping this thing chugging along year after year. But, we all have our part, and that's my part.
As a guy like myself that grew up watching this hockey team and knowing Musketeer hockey like I do, I've seen a major culture change over the past 5 years since you've been here. Can you talk about just what you've seen as far as the culture change since you've been here? Because it is definitely the level of expectation in this locker room, in this organization, even in this city now, are different than what they were 5 years ago.
Well, I think it started with Coach Larson, and it might have started before that, but just in who we drafted and the players that we put in place on our affiliate list. And so this thing, it's got to be, your future's sitting on your affiliate list, and it happens in your draft, and it happens with the moves you make throughout a season. And so I think it started with that, just making good decisions, and it comes down to just being thorough, working, being out on the road, making sure we know the talent pool. It started with that. Coach Larson and myself, we had 2 pretty good years, but we had young teams here, especially that second year, and then that third year Jay took over, and I think it was great. I mean, Jay did a great job of molding an older group, bringing a real style of play here that I love. I mean, we're a pressure, physical team. We're going to be in your face all game. We're going to attack you all game, and I just think that that's just perpetuated year in and year out, and it's not any magical formula. It's just showing up every day, having a belief, having consistency in how we do things, and the guys just follow suit. I mean, I give a lot of credit to the guys in the room and the guys that played the year before. They come here and they bring that and they build that with the young players, and that's really what we do.
Rapid fire, you ready?
Ready.
All right, here we go. First, best song on your iPad or in your iTunes, what are you listening to?
Dave Matthews Band, usually.
Quality. Fighting in hockey, good or bad?
Love it.
I love the fact that you love it. Steak or chicken?
Steak.
Seafood or Mexican?
Seafood.
I like it. If you weren't a hockey player, what would you be? Or a hockey coach?
Prosecuting attorney.
He's very good at that. You would be a great attorney. You'd be a great attorney. All right. First love. What was her name?
Jessica.
Oh, that boy, it's going to get him in trouble. It's going to get him in trouble. It's going to get him in trouble. All right, and last question. How far can this team go this year?
You know what? This team's close. I think the sky's the limit for this group. I mean, I love this group. They're a hardworking group. There's not too many days we've walked out of here and said that, hey, they don't have it. It's just a matter of getting the experience, and we've got to do it during season. That's the one difference from this year and the last 2 years. The last 2 years, we had accomplished players that have played in the league. This team, we're learning on the fly. Every game's close. We're a step away. I think we're going to take that step in the second half. I really believe that.
Abs, always a pleasure talking to you.
Unreal, man.
All right, as Mark Abalan, assistant coach of the Musketeers, that's our Musketeer Minute.